Okay, so now we have one article, the About Trees article, okay? And it's in the category of About, all right? And, it shows the access is public. Anyone's going to be able to see this that goes to the site, whether or not they're registered or whether or not they're part of a user group, like this user group here, super user, whatever. Public means everyone. So now what I have to do is I have to create all the rest of my articles. And if you get this, you can probably just move on, because this is going to take a little bit, but I'm actually not going to shorten this at all in the video. I'm just going to go ahead and make all the articles right now. So let's start doing that. So the next article that I need is the deciduous trees article. Okay, so I'm going to create a new article. And actually, yeah, it's been a little bit. So, tree admin, that's the new one. And if you let this sit for too long, you have to relog back in. And I actually went and made some tea. So, okay, so here we go. Okay, so new article. Again, I'm in the article manager, creating a new article. Okay, and it's going to be the deciduous trees article. Let's go ahead and just cut and paste that. Title, deciduous trees. Okay. And we're going to put that again down here, right? Deciduous trees. And we're going to make, I guess you can't quite see that. There you go. Deciduous trees, we're going to make that heading 2. Did we make the last one heading 2? We'll figure it out. And then, according to Wikipedia, we're going to make that, I believe we made that heading 4, didn't we? Yeah, I hope so. I'll go back and check and make sure. And then I put that line right there to kind of divide up everything, just to do it. And okay, and then I'm going to grab all my content here. Okay, just to right there. And I'm just going to throw it in. Like so. Okay, so now I have a little deciduous trees article here. And what category do I want that to be in? I want that to be in the deciduous trees category. Okay, now so I'm gonna have an overview category or overview article about deciduous trees. And then I'm actually going to create several articles about specific deciduous trees that will all be in the deciduous category. Okay? And let's see, anything else? No. So I'm going to just hit save and new. And what's the next one on our list? I believe it's going to be, so we're going to create 3 articles about 3 different deciduous trees now. Okay, so there's our deciduous trees. The maple tree. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to title this one Maple Tree. We're going to make it in the deciduous category. And let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and make maple, we're going to say maple trees. Okay, maple trees, we're going to make an H2 heading. H2. Put our little divider here, the horizontal line, and then I'm going to just take this, few paragraphs here about maple trees. Okay, and just paste it in there. Okay, and let's see, anything else for now? No. We're going to go ahead and just hit save and new. And what is the next one on our list? It's going to be the other deciduous trees. So the oak tree. Okay. And, well, you know what? I forgot to... that's a good thing to do. Let's go ahead and cancel that. I forgot to put in according to Wikipedia, which, because I stole all this content from Wikipedia, I would like to go ahead and add that everywhere. So let's go back to Maple Tree. I'm just showing now that you can edit whatever you want. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and actually, paste in according to Wikipedia, and I'm going to make that a H4 heading. And, and I spelled male tree instead of maple tree, okay? So I'm going to delete that alias, okay, so that it will refresh it as maple tree. And yeah, okay. And so now let's do save and new. Okay. So after maple tree is oak tree. Okay. So we are calling this one oak tree. And oak tree is going to be in the deciduous category. And so we're going to give this one a title of oak tree. And I'm going to go ahead and make this the heading 2. And then underneath it, going to write according to Wikipedia and make that an H4 heading. Right? Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to put my little horizontal line and then paste in, let's see, this article about oak trees right here. Or these 2 paragraphs, I mean. Okay. And paste. Okay, there we go. Oak tree. It's in the deciduous category. Save and new. We have one more tree here, the weeping willow. Okay, so I'm going to just copy those paragraphs there for the weeping willow. And we're going to call this weeping willow. And we want it in the deciduous category. And we'll give it a title here, weeping willow. According to Wikipedia. You gotta spell things right. Wikipedia. Okay. And make that an H2 heading. Make this an H4 heading. Alright. And horizontal line. And then I'm going to paste all that stuff about the willow. Okay. And then we're going to do save and new. Now this next one here is going to be the article about coniferous trees. Okay? So the title of it will be coniferous trees. And, we'll put some content in here again. Coniferous, which will be in an H2, or yeah, an H2 heading. And I'm liking the according to Wikipedia. I got to give these guys a little shine since I'm stealing all their content, right? Okay. And horizontal line here. Okay. And let's go ahead and grab this big chunk here. I think I got quite a bit of content here about coniferous trees, all the way down to the divider line here. Ah, yes. Okay. All right. I'm going to paste those in. Okay. Like so. Now, in this case, I actually have, according to Wikipedia as an H4, I got a few things in here I think I want to make H4 headings. I got the paragraph about, about evolution. Okay, do you see how it just tried to change everything there? Okay, that stuff happens sometimes. And that's why it's nice to know how to get into the code. See how it's just doing that? Just a little bug right here that we're dealing with. And this happens all the time in editors. All different kinds of editors, all different CMS. And it's really nice to just know that you can get into the code back here and just look for that word evolution, right? So let's see. There it is right there, okay? Evolution. Now, I'm going to make evolution here a... let's see. Well, let's see what's going on here. We're going to go ahead and close up this paragraph tag right here. You see how I have to actually get in here and do some of this stuff sometimes? And I'm going to move that closing paragraph tag right here. And this is just like what we did for the homework, And then I'm going to go ahead and just make this an H4 like so. And close that H4 tag right here like so, okay? Sometimes it's just easier to get in here and force it. Okay, you run into little bugs with all HTML editors all the time. Moodle, that one's particularly buggy, holy smokes. But anyway, yeah, so that's why it's really nice to be able to do that. And as you can see, it's made it a nice H4 without messing with anything else. That was a nice example there, actually. Those things happen all the time. What else? Oh, reproduction here. Let's see what we can do with that. Okay, reproduction, H4, is it going to do it? It's messing the whole thing up doing it that way. So I'm going to go ahead and go in here. Look for the word reproduction. There it is. Same thing. Okay, I'm going to move that tag. You got to do a lot of this little stuff as you're messing around here. It's pretty common. So I'm going to go put that closing P tag at the end of that last paragraph. Okay, and there's no reason why I can't just make a little space here so everything's a little bit easier to view. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and make that again. And what are we talking here? H4, yeah? And then I'm going to close that, okay? H4. So you can see how knowing a little HTML sure makes dealing with little HTML editors much easier. You know, they call these things what you see is what you get editors. Yeah, sometimes getting into the code. You see how I moved that and just jumped again like that? Being prepared for these little things like that when dealing with editors is pretty sweet. Okay, reproduction. Life cycle list. I'm going to actually make this a list. Okay, check this out. I can just highlight all this stuff right here and hover. See that? Insert or remove a bulleted list or a numbered list. Bulleted list would be your unordered list or your ordered list. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make it an unordered list. Okay, look, check it out. Pretty sweet, right? Just like that. Okay, and if we were to look at the code way down here, see that? UL tag, right? Wrapping the whole thing, and then we have our lists, right? There's our unordered list, list items, just like we did in the other assignment, okay? So that's how an HTML editor works. So those are actually pretty good examples. And let's say we're going to do a lot more formatting to these. We're going to do it all next week. So let's go ahead and just keep creating articles because we have a long way to go with creating articles here. So save and, whoa, stop. Okay, good. We have to put this in the coniferous category. Okay, it's published and everything's going to be set at default. Save and new. So now we've created our coniferous tree. And let's go ahead and add in some coniferous trees. So ponderosa pine, okay? All right, we got a lot of those around Missoula, that's for sure. Ponderosa, and that's going to be in the coniferous category. And let's go ahead and throw in some stuff about ponderosa pine. We'll make the ponderosa pine a H2. Okay, and then according to Wikipedia, why is it saying that that's not spelled correctly? Anyway, okay, according to Wikipedia, put our horizontal line, just because that's just what I've been doing, and go ahead and grab a chunk of this. All right, and throw that in here. Okay. And it looks like we got a few spots here like size. You know, maybe it would be cool to go ahead and just jump in here and find the word size wherever that is. I can either read through here and try and find where it is, or maybe do a search by hitting Command F. Let's see that. I just hit Command F and bam, there it is. You know, just like you do that on any website that you're ever on, or any text document, you know, if you do the Command or Control F, and then you can find that. So there we go, size. Okay, and as you can see, it's filling it up down here. For those of you that use this, it's a really great tool. Anyway, so there's my size, and I'm going to go ahead and make size a H4 heading. Okay, H4, and then close it. H4 heading. Okay. Cool, and let's see if it did it. Yep, it did it, right there. Okay, save and new. So moving on from there, Ponderosa, the Western Red Cedar is the next one. Okay, so Western Red Cedar category is going to be coniferous trees, and we're going to call this a Western Red Cedar. I'm going to make that an H1 heading, or an H2 heading. I'm sorry, I keep saying that. According to Wikipedia, and gonna go ahead and make that, you know, the H4 heading, and I'm gonna give myself a horizontal line, and I'm gonna copy all this. Just a few more to go. Thanks for hanging in there. Again, if you got this, go ahead and skip to the next video. I'm just gonna make all of my articles. Okay, so there we go. And save and new. And last but not least, the Douglas fir. Okay. And there we go. Douglas fir. I'm going to capitalize that. Douglas fir. Category, coniferous. Okay, let's go ahead and just quick cut and paste there and paste that in. Douglas fir. I want Douglas fir to be an H2 heading. Um, according to Wikipedia. I'm starting to regret adding that part now because I have to keep typing it over and over again. Okay, there we go. Horizontal line. And we'll throw in this last couple of paragraphs here. There we go. Okay. Like so. Okay, easy enough. And let's do a save and close this time instead of save and new. And let's see what we got here in our category or article manager. Okay, article manager. We have several different articles here, right? And notice over here in category we have about trees in our about category, and then we have note that it's setting it up here in alphabetical order. So there's not the order that we made them in, it's in alphabetical order. Okay, which when you have like 300 articles, that's really helpful. So anyway, notice how it's divided up between our coniferous and our deciduous articles. Okay, now I did want to make one more article. I thought it'd be good to make a resources article. But we're going to get into, making our links and all that later. So I'm just going to copy this stuff real quick. And we're going to call this article resources about trees. And I have a resources category. And for now, I'm just going to cut and paste this. Let's see. Here are some resources about trees. Okay. Maybe that wasn't the most efficient way to do that, but whatever. Okay, and grab that, copy it, and we'll just paste that in there for now. We'll deal with making these links and stuff later, okay? I just want to get that in there and save and close. Yes, save and close. Okay, well, thanks for hanging in there. There we go. We have now created a whole bunch of articles, and each one of these will be web pages, and eventually we will put images and videos on here, okay? And we'll also be putting galleries on here eventually too. But for now, this is all that we're going to create. And in the next video, I'm going to go ahead and set up some menus and some modules, and we'll actually get to the point where our website over here is going to have some menu links over here that we can click on and actually display the content that we've done, and that'll all be live on the internet. So we are well on our way to creating our first website.